assistant. No, you're not.
All right, it's Monday morning.
You can't touch the assistant.
And we are about to go to a 4th grade classroom to learn about how they use vocabulary cards. So
That kid with the things over there.
we are lined up, waiting for quiet line.
No, wait. Thank you, Carter. Show an example.
Wait, I got that. That was weird.
Alexander, I know
I want you to see the students that are still talking after I've started my tapping technique. This shows that I'm stressed and I don't have to raise my voice. I just start tapping to show that I'm stressed, and everybody should get quiet. All right, we are going to walk across to Miss Gross's room, and they are going to explain their cards to us.
Alright, so we wanted to have you guys come over today and talk with our 4th graders about how we use vocabulary word cards to guide our instruction, to kind of give us an intake on what the vocabulary looked like, how it's used. Basically, the ultimate goal is how to define those vocabulary words, but ultimately when you're in a language arts setting, you want to write incomplete sentences, you want to use words that are bigger than little words, so you want to try to gear more toward vocabulary. So I'm going to lead it over to them. Maybe Trey can stand up and start us out.
First of all,
Now scoot back or scoot over to the floor so they can see the words.
we draw a picture of the definition to know what it looks like, pretty much.
Yeah, so we start out with what it looks like, what the vocabulary looked like. Okay, because you remember back when you went to elementary school, kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade, they will always say, draw a picture of it, or, if you can't write it, put a picture on your paper, and we can kind of go from there. So that's what we took that image of drawing from. So, Trey, are you familiar with, did you make one of those yet, or anybody in this class, is your work up?
No.
Okay, so Trey, just choose one and pull it down and then kind of go over it. Pull it out the sleeve first.
So we write the word up here to know.
Can you tell them what the picture is? Because they may not be able to see where they're sitting.
Close the thing up.
This is crime because it has.
It's got like a magnifying glass with like little footprints, and then another magnifying glass with something underneath it.
Okay. So tell them how it's done.
And then we write the definition of it to know what it means, and then we write a sentence to know how you use it or how it goes with the sentence.
Okay, can you read the definition to that word?
The word is crime, and the definition is a violation of the law.
Okay, and then how did that person use it in a sentence?
I had to figure out a crime, and the crime was that a dog was stolen.
Okay, so they kind of had to tell me how and when and why into their sentence, okay? All right, do we have another volunteer from 4th grade to share? All right, Mr. Rice. Choose a different vocab word, or a different picture so it's not the same. Just take your time, let me get back in it. Go ahead and focus.
This one doesn't help.
Oh, it's tucked underneath. So I like the way they hung these up on the wall with sheet protectors, and they just tuck them in the top there so they can flip them up and look at them. That's pretty cool.
So show them the front. What is that a picture of?
A frog, and the definition.
What was the word first?
I don't know how to say this word.
Is it a amphibian?
Yeah, no.
So there's another reason why that is up there and shared for all students to see as well. That might not have been the words that he had in his area to learn. So now he knows another word that he didn't have in his group. So you see why it's always good to do them anyway, because you never know who may need that extra support. So is that amphibian that you have? Is that the
Yeah.
word?
Yeah.
Embedded.
Okay.
The definition is any of a group of cold-blooded animals, frogs, and toads. The sentence they use is any application crossed by the Nile River.
So the amphibians cross the Nile River. Okay.
Okay, Miss Grossa, we have a question for you.
Oh, you do?
How do you do your vocabulary groups? Do you give them all the same word, or
No.
what do you do?
We do is what we call like a community learning of vocabulary words.
Uh-huh.
So this student may have 2 words. The other students may have another set of 2 words. So the way we do is we cross vocabulary baggies. So you start out with your own 2, but then you may get the 2 that she had over there later in the week. And so
Okay.
by the end of the week, we have over 10 new vocabulary words a week.
Okay, that's interesting. So this is something that I've been considering doing. I told you guys I'm reading about vocabulary. Who remembers the big word we learned this morning? Cameron. Starts with an S.
I thought it was the other one in the book.
That's okay.
It starts with a what?
There were 2 that we learned.
Oh,
Yeah, it was one with the S. I forgot the other one because I thought you were talking about the
Which
one
one
over
do
the
you
book.
remember?
I forgot the other one too.
Okay, tell me
simultaneous.
simultaneously. And what does simultaneously mean? Fallon.
To do 2 things at the same time.
Right, to do more than one thing at the same
Oh, I
time.
know. I think I know the other
So, who could use simultaneously in a sentence? We're coming back to you to give you another chance. Tell us. Use it in a sentence.
I washed the dishes and cleaned the counter simultaneously.
Oh, you are a master. Very good. I want one of my kids to explain to 4th grade about how we've been learning how to annotate while we read nonfiction text. Who would like that we haven't heard from? Go on up. You can go up there to the paper. And I'm going to scrunch down up here. All right, go ahead, my dear.
So for info, we usually when we find a word that really it's like a meaning we want a word, we write it right here. In info and definition, and in thoughts and questions or if we're reading through a passage and we have questions like, is matter all around us? Does matter do we see matter and stuff? You know, you write that right there. It's
You're doing a good job. So info, is it only vocabulary words we write there?
no, it's just
Vocabulary.
important stuff.
Exactly, and important stuff. And then thoughts and questions are like questions that you have while you read. And then like those, what else? Who said it? Somebody said it.
info.
No, don't you answer the question?
You can answer the question, but if you answer the question, where does it go?
In the info.
In the info section.
Because you figured it out.
But if thoughts and questions might be like, oh my goodness, I thought this and now I've learned that. That's like your aha moment, right? So this is how we've been annotating, and you can see, will you pick up the paper and show them how we folded it? We just took the regular paper and folded it in half on the longest line of symmetry,
Right. Info.
and you got 2 columns.
Oh, so you don't use the word hot dog anymore. You've got the 5th grade where you've got a really big word.
So today we're working on a reading strategy in science, and I'm going to show you mine. They're reading a passage called What is Matter, and at the top they write their passage, and then they have 2 columns. They have one on info that they found as they read, and then one that says thoughts and questions. So I'm going to go over here and let a couple of my students explain to you what they're doing.
All right, here are 2 of my students. and they are going to explain the strategies that we're using right now. So, where do you want me to look?
Basically, what we're doing is we are going to read the passage, and if you find any info that seems interesting, we would write it down. And if we have any questions, we would write it here.
Okay, so why is it important to write down the questions that you might have?
So like when you read all of the passage, you could find the answer to that question.
All right, very good. Madison's looking, she's got hers all colorful too. Very good, y'all doing a great job.
3, 2, 1. Portals! Alright, hey guys! So today I came up with this dance yesterday. It was like a new rhythm. And Cameron, Olivia, Hannah, Khalees, and me just taught Miss White how to do this. So we're gonna show you guys. So Hannah needs to be in the very front because she's on the small. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna be up there and you better be clapping like you crazy. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go!
The professional Rubik's Cube solver.
Okay, so you will take 5 seconds to figure it out, but you cannot solve it. Okay. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Who thinks it's possible? I think it's been past 5 seconds. Oh my God.
What is my head? Please be silent.
His personal record is 30 seconds.
Burn off the
Hey, check. Where'd Chase at? Where'd Chase at?
OMG, that's amazing. Right there.
Hey everybody, it's Friday morning and I just wanted to let you know that the book fair is here. It will open next week for the kids to come and get books, and parents, if you'd like to stop by, there'll be information about days that you can come visit your child and visit the book fair. So I encourage everybody to come out and buy a new book to read.